My Roku's up a little bit. MP. Trying to go on the upswing today, MP, are ya? That's not too bad. Could be trying to head back up there. What is MP? MP. Materials. Rare earth minerals. Okay. Our buddy PLL. What are you up to, PLL? This looks like it's weird. That's better. Just testing the NASDAQ weekly. No. Oh. This thing's all jacked up. All right, in intraday. Where's my time frame setup? Okay, that's okay. All right. NASDAQ sitting at all-time highs. Looks like Remax trying to make a little go for it. All right, Cena. Wow. This thing's now defunct. Hey, what's up, RP? He's go on vacation for 4 days and everybody leaves. How you doing, bud? What have you missed? Jeez. We we already made 20 million and then promptly lost. No, I'm just kidding. Be funny though. Yeah, I missed me leaving for vacation. You caught me back from vacation. Now, market's been pretty topsy turvy. I went to San Diego. Just spent like 4 days there. Just a little refresher before school. We ended up we ended up buying season tickets to Legoland earlier in the summer, and then I'm like, hey, let's go use them. So we just headed back. Cool. It's nice down there, man. Look at real estate prices though. You're like, I need to be a better trader. I need to bank some of these massive profits I find myself seeing, and that's my focus now is when to bank some of these profits. Really, I think that's oh, AMD's up today. I think that's the thing to do. Is I find myself with good entries most of the time. I remind myself back in 2017 when I started doing really good. It's really just on the back of me taking profits. Positions I had that were profitable, and I just started taking them. and looking for another trade. I try to stay with trends and stuff, but it's much more difficult. Apple holding really nicely here, I gotta say. Yeah, like take AMD for example. AMD's a good example. I was up pretty big in AMD yesterday, and I think it's still going strong. But yesterday was annoying because it erased like half of my profit. I got it from this breakout day right down here, and this day right here erased half my profit. I was like, what the hell? So I need to figure out really great profit taking strategies. I don't know if it's percentage based. I'm not sure exactly what the strategy is going to be. It could be, I don't know. But there's a bunch of stuff that bunch of different ways I can do. I'm trying to figure out a advantageous way. Because if I was like I had stock in Moderna down here at the breakout, it's like hello, but it was just stock because the returns weren't very good. Because I didn't expect it to go to $450. My target was up here at 250. So maybe my targets aren't that aggressive. Maybe that's a problem too. Like this has been on just a stupid run. I was thinking maybe a parabolic blow off, which it looks like it's already on the weekly from 11 to 443. Jeez, a lot of profit taking yesterday on Moderna. Then you have ones like Remax, which work out just as you'd hope they would. So it's a balance. It's catch 22. Best way to handle stuff. But I figure if you're taking away as much as you can, then you're doing okay. Yeah, everyone seems to be headed to San Diego. Is that like a universal? A lot of people in Arizona I saw went to San Diego. Like three of the people I know, and I only know about four people. All went to San Diego. It's also close. That doesn't hurt. All right. I still don't have a great way to plan my trades. One thing I was thinking of doing. Just thinking of making a Google form. How do I not already have this done? Yeah. I planned training for him here. Looks like a few weeks ago. What else you up to, our Pete? If you're still listening. Did one of your buddies popped in here? Did he tell you I said hello? I think that was your buddy, right? You say you bought a house and we're having a kid? It's pretty dope, man. Good stuff. They had a patient. Let them wait, man. You're a dentist. That's half of your job is making us wait for as long. I'll only be streaming for like 2 hours. That's pretty normal. And you're starting a new job? Thought you already started a new job. That's cool, man. Kids are fun. They make you go to Legoland. You'd feel like a creep if you went to Legoland by yourself. That would be a little creepy. You're like, everyone's looking around for your kid. You're like, nah, I ain't got a kid. Chuck E. Cheese by yourself. That's worse. Now you can go to Legoland. There's enough people there. Chuck E. Cheese, they all know what table you sit at. Like, oh, that's a chunky kid that's with that fat chick over there, and the father in the wheelchair, or oh, there's that blonde kid with the mom that's just that the mom was purchased basically, and then, oh, there's the dude. Is that just one cup? Why is he playing skee ball and there's one cup on the table? Come. Hey, what's up, Blay? Speaking of one cuppers, there's Blay. One cuppers. I like that. That's a good one. Somebody will have to remember that and use that. Like, hey, Randy made that a thing. That's good. That's good. Somebody's got to have that already. That's a one cupper. Don't work too much, Eric. That makes you work. What's down here today? Let's see. Ring. USLV. How is Twilio? That's a good question. Just chilling. I guess it depends. I mean, it's not breaking any rules right now. It's also not moving either, so it could. It's in a good spot still. This is still your breakout point. I mean, the volume isn't very aggressive. It's actually declining on an average basis. You've been patient with it. If you still got it from when it attempted the breakout, if you didn't ditch it already, if you still got some, um, you try to be patient. It'll probably come back up here and retest, and then you can at least make a decision whether you'll break even or not. I don't think it's bad. It's just not in the cycle right now. One cup guy. That's funny. The hell is this? Spam. Where's my spam folder? Nasdaq was up in the middle of the day. Now we're back down lower again. I gotta use my spam button more in my email. That's for sure. All right, Tesla. Yeah, Tesla popped up. Been pretty stable up here. Not jumping off yet, but also not dropping. That's a good sign. Got about 3 days of kind of mediocre volume, declining, while we're holding steady. Hopefully, we'll be able to make a little range up here and then start curling our way back upward. Oh, one thing I was going to look at, let me see, is my Apple stock, model book stock. So here's the model book. And this run took a little bit longer. Hey, what's up, Ellie? Oh, Robin. I saw Robinhood when I was gone. Somebody went up 50% or something. That's crazy. You got 100% on Robinhood? Wow. With stock? There's a small cup and handle it formed. There's a little consolidation. This isn't as aggressive as Apple was, but we're out. So hopefully we can hold up. This thing just kind of, this thing basically rode this trend line all the way up into a much bigger base. So it's not so bad. It's also not as aggressive as Apple either. That's a little bit of an issue. Yeah, check out Robinhood. I was looking at the model book for Tesla. Did you sell it 100%, Ellie? Sold a lot of Tesla. Where'd you get on Robinhood? The IPO base break was right there on the third. That was a good run right there. It's up 111% in 2 days. That's bonkers. Nice. Yeah, I think I read an article some at Wall Street Bets people talking about it. You know the funny thing? I started a Robinhood account, never did anything with it, but then they just in the last week started sending me emails. I'm like, just because you're public, now you start sending out emails. 34. Oh, someone learned how to buy bottoms all of a sudden. That's cool. Good job. That's great, man. Yeah, I don't know if it's sustainable or not, but that was a good move. Yeah, I don't know. Robinhood's an interesting one. I don't know. You'd think an E Trade or a Schwab. I think Schwab. SCHX. You think Charles Schwab would be SCH? Yeah, yeah. I gotcha. I'm just thinking kind of the same. Not quite the same. Did you see your AMD was going gangbusters, Ellie? It's like, go on, bitch. Look at that volume with gusto. Kind of crazy how different things move, you know? You got AMD? Excellent. I think AMD's still looking really good. Apple's looking good too. Yeah, I was just taking a. It's it's just weird how it moves on its own time, and Nvidia was doing good, and actually yesterday Nvidia was up. How'd they close? They closed pretty well. Got a nice consolidation going on. How'd they get lower volume after the split? That's pretty funny. We'll see if they move or not, but AMD obviously had a nice blast off move. My Remax here has been pretty good. Choppily up, but nicely up. Really nothing bad yet on this name. We bought Uber. Oh, on earnings day. Oh, that could be a turnaround. Looks like we've been stalling at about the 50-day recently. Got 44 Square. Oh, yeah, I was looking at Square yesterday. I didn't get any, but I don't have a lot of cash left. I could ditch some stuff. Yeah, not mad at Square. Ditch Tesla. Yeah, it's not doing too bad. I mean, I like the fact that it popped up. Gives us some space. So I'm still holding my big position. But I don't have any in my cash account. It's got a permanent spot on my chart up here, at least for the next 8 years. Maybe I'll evict it then. You are evicted. That should be a thing that I do. I like it. Space has popped up. This was early. Ooh, nice volume today. Maybe nice for a pop. Oh, there's something about arrows. That's what it is. Link? Is that it? Oh, it's right there. Darn it, I knew it was tricky. Haha. I figured it out. How? I don't know, but I figured it out. Cool. Now I can click on the name and get a chart. Nice. I never remember that. SI looking really good. Nice and flat. Looks like a Bart to you? Tesla looks like a Bart. What's the difference between a Bart and a bull flag? Because in essence, a Bart is just a bull flag. I wonder if there's any telltale differences. Or is it just the. Because this one ended up Barting. Bart is crypto fakery? Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. So like I wonder what the telltale differences are, like more, more of a flagpole or something? Maybe it's the rate of ascension? Because this one was a bit of a Bart, this prior one. I mean, a Bart is simply a bull flag that's failed. That's kind of how I view it. So when I view a Bart, I'll take support, and if it blows through support here, then it's gonna come try lower again. This one tried and then couldn't go lower and then pop back up again. I'm viewing this general situation a bit more favorably, but I mean this technically was a bull flag. Just the rate of ascension wasn't very aggressive. I wonder if that's the major difference there is the rate of ascension on the flag. Of course, and this was also bull flag, but that was extended. Oh, okay. I think I'm in Discord. Yeah, I'm in Discord. I start my computer up again today. Jumped in there. And Roku ate shit on earnings. And then I was holding that one, unfortunately. I forgot to exit it. I was freaking out and about with the kids. And it was like 105. I'm like, ah, shit. I'm like, don't look. Don't look. And Roku took a dump. And Amazon took a dump too. I got caught in that in my main account. That was hurtful. I s- yeah. I don't know how many times you got to learn the same lesson. This was a hurtful one. What's up, Ellie? Oh, it's Blair. It's Eric.
Figured I'd jump. Yeah, I figured I'd jump in and pretend to be him for like 20 minutes. Hold on, I do the voiceover. Hey, you don't know what you're talking about. You just don't at all. You never do.
Which
That's
one's that one?
my that's my terrible impression of Ellie.
Oh, of Ellie. We're doing Ellie impressions now. This is awesome. I want to do an Ellie impression.
You pretend like you know, but you don't. You just don't.
Oh gosh.
Oh, you said it sounded kind of Indian. I'll try it later. And just have I haven't heard his voice in a while.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad though. That wasn't too bad.
Yeah,
You
I'm
get
waiting for him.
lots of Ukrainians at your work. You're
No, I only well, like I listen to your podcast all the time. usually comes on and tells you you don't know what you're talking about. So
That's why I'm like, that kind of sounds familiar, but I can't pin what I'm thinking of, like pop culture reference. Ellie's now a pop culture reference. There you go. You don't know what you're talking about.
that's good.
That's
But
pretty.
yeah, I haven't even watched your podcast and all week. Today's the first day, and
Yeah.
it's because I've been in person out here in Texas. And I
Oh.
was working virtually. Now, funny
Oh.
thing is, we went in the office to work in person. A few people got COVID, and now I'm working remotely from where I moved to. I was like, this sucks.
You moved
I moved out here
to
to work
work
in
there.
person. Yeah, at the office, and then now I'm working from like my apartment.
What the hell?
When I was working from my apartment before, and I'm just like,
Jeez. Well, at least it's just apartments.
but now I'm on Texas time, so I'm on Central time. Before I was on California time, so
Yeah. Good. You better be moving for a good job.
that's nice. I like it.
Yeah, that's good. You don't move for no BS job.
Well, I also wanted to get the hell out of California.
Oh yeah, just too much. What didn't you like about California?
Just it wasn't affordable.
Yeah, it's
Um,
tough.
Texas, you buy like I mean, not a nice one, but you can buy like a decently like 3 bedroom house for like 180K, maybe even more
Really?
than that. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I guess depends on where in Texas, right? That obviously comes into play a little bit.
Yes, and then like obviously you can buy if you really go to like a really crappy part of it, you can buy like a 5 bedroom house for 180,000. You're in a crappy part of Texas.
Yeah, they did that in Arizona. It was crazy though, because it wasn't like really crappy. It's just in the outskirts. But now those damn homes are more expensive than the regular homes in the middle of town. Of course,
Yeah.
it's not Texas big; it's Arizona big, which is still pretty big. But
So the
that,
same thing happened in like Cow Country. This place called Eastvale, California, is nothing but like it used to be nothing but dairies. Then they started like knocking out the dairies, uh, leveling the land and building houses, and the
yeah,
houses were dirt cheap.
yeah,
But then like people that knew about it, like for example, there's a rapper. I think his name is Big. Oh, you know who it is, Big Sean. Probably you've heard of him.
no, no,
He bought his mama a house out there, and he bought it probably like at a decent price. That house is probably valued close to like $1 million now.
yeah,
But like they were building but the houses they were building were like 6 to 8 bedrooms for like 400,000.
yeah. That's what they were doing out here. It wasn't well, they had some that big, but I wasn't looking at. But you could buy out in Queen Creek, which is now like the middle of freaking town in a high end neighborhood now. But they would build 4,000 square foot house for like 150, 180,000.
Yeah, and that's what's crazy is like
And that was during the
you
boom.
you everybody's like like
I don't want to drive that far.
exactly. But now everybody's like, well, now this is a town. It has everything.
Yeah, so it's just a normal part of town, and they're sitting here looking. I should have bought that damn house with the massive garage 10 years ago but now in Arizona there's nothing like that. I was looking. I'm like, there's nothing. Plus the outskirts are like way outskirt now. Before it was driving maybe 40 minutes to work, which sucks, but still you could have sold that house, I guess, and bought closer to town. But yeah, so maybe you can do that in Texas. Maybe you gotta figure out that part of it, and don't buy in a bad part of town. Just buy further out, brand new.
Well, and that's the thing about it. I'm not against buying like a modular home. Not, I wouldn't buy like a manufactured home, but like a modular home. Have you looked into that?
What is that?
Prefabbed homes, you mean?
No.
Not a,
Yes.
Hey, Blair. Congratulations on the move.
Oh, thanks. He's like, I can't wait for my turn, right, Ellie?
I can't. I'm married.
Oh, you can't take her with you or him?
she
No,
travels.
can't. He travels, but
She flies.
she's not gonna move. So
Hmm.
Well, she
To be honest with you,
she comes with the apartment.
ask Randy. His wife is not gonna move either. So
San Fran's expensive.
She'll move.
San Fran is ridiculous. Expensive is you know, it was expensive 10 years ago. Right now it's stupid. I wish I had an option to buy like $500,000 house. Whenever I see those prices, I'm like, this is amazing.
Arizona's got
$500,000.
You can do that in Arizona.
Yeah, $500,000 is great. Well, dude, $500,000, that price doesn't exist here. Half a
Half a
million is
million.
and a shitty apartment.
I like how $500,000. He salivates at the thought of $500,000.
Yeah.
The hell?
No, that's the reality.
You want to see EXPI the other day without me shoving it in your face? It was up like 35% on earnings.
Up or down?
Up. It
Oh,
was 1.2 average volume, 7.2 traded. It's bonkers. I like EXPI. Yeah, Arizona's good, man. Arizona's gonna go California though.
I might have the option to move there in about a couple months. Arizona.
really?
Yeah,
Another
like right now I'm in
How
an
come?
apartment that's managed by my company. I'm paying like $500 in a fully furnished apartment. So
Oh wow.
Yeah, again, numbers which doesn't exist. Just pretty much. You're telling me what I pay for food right now. So yeah, sure.
in 1 week, by the way.
On a
In
Tuesday.
one go.
On a Tuesday. Welcome to McDonald's. That'll be $4.98, please. No, 100. $498.
$4.99.
Yeah. $500 value meal. That's awesome.
I have a few more democratic friends who are slowly getting stocks from their companies and start paying taxes, and I see how on the spectrum they're starting shifting towards red.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. It's like you're totally whatever. Never mind.
Yeah, you're
Wait,
totally.
no, like explain that.
Well, Dave
Can we
Chappelle talked
continue
about
that?
it. No, well, Dave Chappelle, was it Dave Chappelle or Chris Rock? No, Dave Chappelle on Conan O'Brien, he talked about it. He's like, it was when he got his $50 million from Comedy Central. And he was talking about, he's like, yeah, long story short, he was talking about, yeah, since I got my money, basically I'm a Republican now. And like that was it. He's like, once I got this money, I switched political parties.
Yeah, capital gain in California is a bitch.
Well, I'm like blowing up my HR to switch me to Texas. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I live in Texas now. So
A lot of people moved. A lot of people in IT moved, and they're happy about it. This COVID hit hard. Austin prices went crazy up. By the way, they're getting closer to the Bay Area prices now.
What did?
Austin in Texas.
Oh, Austin.
what about
So-
Austin, Texas?
The prices are crazy there. It's pretty much Bay Area now.
In all of
Isn't it-
Austin? Isn't Austin big?
Comparing to what? To Bay? No.
Oh, I don't know. Well, no, not to the Bay. All right, that's it.
Or it's your friend Austin, if you know what I mean.
Friend Austin. We're gonna do real Zillow. Here we go. Austin.
Yeah, Real Zillow. This is actually one of my favorite things that you do when you look
What?
at houses.
Type of listings would you like to see? For sale. 14 owned by Zillow. Wow, they're pushing.
Dude, you don't have to scream on us. You're
so
getting
much
old.
damn
Like when you
Me?
select options, you don't have to scream at computer.
You know, you can
Was
remove
that
the
screaming?
boundary, so you can if you just hit
Yeah.
remove boundary. You probably already know this.
Yeah, thanks, Eric.
I'm just saying, I want to see what those like little outskirt houses
I've
are
never
going to
even
be
been to. Are
for.
you in Austin or where are you?
I'm literally in Irving, Texas,
Well,
which
there's like
is
eight. There's eight.
basically Dallas.
Dallas. Okay, so
Yeah,
you
Dallas should be
Basically
fine.
you're gonna get hit
Dallas
by
is Houston.
hurricanes. Oh, so that's
Yeah,
Austin.
no.
That's Houston, and that's they're gonna merge eventually into one big ass city. Buy something right here in the middle in Schlugenberg. Buy something in Schlugenberg and
I'm
just sit on
What
it.
pretty,
kind of a name is that?
pretty sure
It's
pretty sure
amazing.
that that's like one of
It's
those Schwab
the
guys.
It's the porn hub of Texas. Schulenberg. It sounds like that's where they settled
What
Nazis
can you
after the
buy for
war.
242 three bedrooms? Two bed?
242 for
houses have?
2,400 square feet.
Is that big? Sorry, I have like no perception on
2,400. Well, your apartment. How many bedrooms is your apartment?
it's one.
So it's probably like 800 to. It's probably about 8 to 900 square feet.
Okay.
I would
It's gotta be
assume.
decent.
I would assume 2,400. My house is 1,751.
Okay, can you find similar to your house because I can relate then.
Similar to my house. Yeah, it's true. Okay, so Waco, Texas. That's gonna be big. All right, let's go to.
Oh, we were looking to Austin. What the prices
Yeah,
are
we're
in
going to
Austin?
Austin. We're going to Austin. We're going there. Calm down.
Hey,
Great.
just because it has a bad name, do you think it's a bad place to live?
Where?
Schlugenberg.
Waco.
Lugenberg?
Schlugenberg.
No, no. Sounds
hold
I
on.
was,
great.
I was
Let's
thinking
do
Waco, Texas.
3 bed, 2 bath. No, it's just the Branch Davidian thing. 3 bedroom, 2 bath.
You can use exact match, right?
570. Is there an exact match feature? I don't know about that one.
Hit the 3 bedroom thing again on top.
Oh, gotcha. I don't do
Use
that.
exact match.
655, 699. Yeah, that is expensive. So my
655? No, people were telling me that it's getting to the million.
well,
I
there's
don't
some.
know why.
Well, it's gonna be based on area, right? So here close, what I'm assuming is downtown is 1 point. No, it's still 2,400 square feet for 1.9. Usually goes by square footage. Geez, 3,000 with 3 bedroom, 4 bath. So much for exact match. 1.6 is for me, 3 bedroom, 3 bath. 1 million. So you can find some in the 1 million, but there's all like here's 595 for 2,100 square feet. Maybe that's your so your outskirts of town 395 for 1,400 square feet. That's about
Hear yourself. Yeah.
But when you say outskirts, how many miles from the downtown it is?
I don't. I'm assuming this is downtown because that's where it looks like the millions are centralized right down here. So I'm not. I don't. It doesn't show a scale really here.
Yeah, so like
But
if
there's
it takes 2 hours.
now. I mean, just based on feel, I would say it's a half-hour drive probably from here to the Colorado River, from out to this area. Maybe that's just off of nothing but dumb feel.
Check out Dallas.
I don't know what that's worth.
But
Dumb
you think
feel.
you think Dallas,
Whoa.
like because it's a metropolitan area, like it'll be expensive? Dude, there's houses there that are like super dirt cheap.
There's Houston. Where's Dallas? Dallas is north, isn't it?
Sorry guys, I'm gonna
It's
jump
a
out
little bit more north. Keep going
with
north.
my sister, and then gonna join you in a couple.
All right. This must be Houston then. Oh, it's Fort Worth. Dallas. There we go. Dallas, Fort Worth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all like
So
one thing.
850.
You know, like the locals call it Dallas Fort Worth. They don't even call it Dallas.
Oh, really? Well, that's stupid.
Yeah, they're like, it's DFW. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, with the airport. See, we have the same thing. They call it like Phoenix Mesa. No one calls it that, but that's what the airport's called. Well, it's not the main airport's in Phoenix, but they call it Phoenix Mesa. Those were the two original bigger cities, but now shit's sprung up around Mesa. So 275 for that's about my house right there. That's
Did you see that? 165 for a 3 bedroom house.
No, I missed that one.
That's
17
I think it's like one of those dots below it.
176 below it.
Like in Mesquite.
170. 3
Oh, there,
bedroom,
yeah.
2 bath, 15. That's pretty cheap. Is that a mobile home?
I don't think so.
It's got more than one. Nope, one picture. It's probably it says a price cut on 8/5 yesterday. So I guess it's active. Must be just Must be the whole outskirts effect. Darn it! I don't want to advertise with you, Zillow.
Have Zillow sponsor you. Give you a vendor link
Yeah, there you go.
since you
So bad with that stuff. 4.5 million for a 3-bedroom, 4-bath. See, there's downtown.
It's not even like I wonder if those are apartments.
Probably. Oh yeah, look at that shit. Dang,
That is a dank apartment.
that's cool.
This is like if you're a super bachelor. You know, actually, a family could live there.
Yeah,
A very rich family.
very rich family. Took the floor apart to get to 2 stories on that. Pretty good.
That's pretty
Yeah,
crazy.
that's nice. Oh, nice. I like the staircase. That's cool.
They took the floor apart to make 2 stories.
Yeah, right here.
That's interesting. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, they just removed
So it's
the
like
floor.
it's
Yeah,
like
there
2
you go.
apartments.
Mm-hmm. Vertical though.
Yeah, yeah.
They'll do that. You'll see that sometimes, like 3-story penthouses or something. I don't know how
Three-story
called.
penthouse. Can you get in through each story? That's a question.
I don't know. I guess it depends on each individual one. That's a cool closet. It's nice. Nice sitting area. Kind of weird wall.
I know you're a huge Kanye West fan.
Kanye is good. He's weird, but he's good.
I was fishing. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I know. I got some of his
But
albums.
last night he did a watch party for his like him finishing the album or whatever. I totally missed it.
You know, watch party, huh? Like a stream or something.
Of him working on his album. Like, how confident are you that you can show people your work process? And then like his whole thing, it was like I jumped on for like 5 minutes, and he's literally in a stadium with a bunch of people, and he's working on his album, and everybody's like cheering him on.
Is it the final stages or?
Yeah, it's the final stages, but
Gotcha.
you know, he's still got
Oh,
got
that's
to have
cool.
a lot of confidence. What is this?
Just I'm like 160,000, 3-bed, 2-bath, 1350. I'm like, what does this look like? It's not horrible.
I mean, it's
Definitely.
a fixer upper.
Yeah. I mean, you could, if you want to, you could walk in and live in it though.
Oh,
Like
absolutely.
it's not
And
destroyed
no,
at
while
all.
you're fixing it up.
Yeah. What up, Cheyenne?
You could even just fix it up and then rent it.
Yeah, probably.
There's a lot of opportunity out here. Try doing that in
Big gated thing.
Riverside, California. Like
Oh,
looking
yeah.
at the
No
same
thanks.
thing.
Yeah, no thanks.
And that's not even like near the beach or anything. Riverside is like in like the inland.
Mm-hmm.
It's like almost completely landlocked.
Yeah. I'm a little familiar with it. I used to live in Tustin when I was a kid, so I'm a little familiar with that part of California.
No, okay, yeah. And then imagine the prices in Tustin right now.
Yeah, I don't know what they're at right now. 185. I mean, you can get out here and do 185 for, but again,
Well,
I think
see,
it depends on the neighborhood.
it's not even that far. Like if I were to get a job out here, I'd be working in Dallas. Like
Hmm.
you see where the 45 and like in the 20 are? That the little
20.
okay. You see where the 12
Oh,
and
yeah, right here.
you see where the 12 is? Like that number 12?
This one,
The 12 freeway?
this one, or this one,
No, the other one, to the bottom left.
this one.
Remember, you're on a delay. You're on a delay.
Oh,
Yeah, that one.
Okay. That where it is?
And it's like literally like right there.
Oh, that's cool.
So I could probably buy that $185,000 house.
Yeah,
Fix it up.
there's 175 right here.
I could,
And they got a
I
floor
could buy
plan
that
too.
house.
There you go.
That one looks like it's not even all that old.
Just knock this whole thing down right here, and you're good to go.
Knock that down. You would do that?
Oh yeah. Why would you? Why would you have a door over here? It doesn't make any damn sense. And then look at all these doors. Door, 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 door. Door, 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 door. Like,
I'm gonna send you my house plan whenever I buy a house and be like, what would you do?
so you know,
Real Zillow.
real Zillow. That's right. So you can knock. Yeah, you can probably knock. Why are there? Yeah, see, like there's a door here and a door here. Like this whole hallway's door.
What is it? What is
Door,
that?
door, 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 door. Well, it's just whenever they built this house, they cordoned off areas. You know, that's what they did.
Is it
Versus
to make that? Would
Today
you
it's
make
all
that into a
open.
duplex?
You probably could. I was thinking if you were to do that, yeah, try to find a duplex actually, because then you could.
Look at
Um,
look at this place though. Nah, it's okay. Just keep
uh,
moving on. Because
uh,
remember, I'm on a delay. You already left like 15 minutes ago.
no, it should be like a 5 second delay.
I'm
Although
joking.
on Discord, I don't think we're delayed, are we?
No, on Discord we're fine. This
Oh,
is real
okay.
time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I wonder. All right, fair enough. Yeah, you can't. It's just it must be even weirder for you because you're hearing me real time, but my movements are delayed. I didn't think about that. Yeah, yeah. If you could find a duplex or something, or a quadplex, if you could find a quad that isn't complete trash, there's 180. But yeah, if you could do that, you could live in one of them and then rent out the other two, or three, or one. That's how a lot of guys get started in real estate stuff. I wish I would have thought about that back in the day.
I'm sorry, I was typing something for work. Did you say that it's a good opportunity to invest and then just rent them out?
Yeah, I mean, depending on what you want to do, is you could yeah, you buy like a duplex or a quadplex, and then you live in one, rent the other one, and just build a shit ton of equity, and then just keep going that way. There's a lot of guys that kind of get started in that way.
I wanna invest in some dirt. I don't need dirt yet.
Yeah, that's what you would do when you buy a. Well, you want to make sure you own the land in those situations. But yeah,
Absolutely.
well, like for me, because I just own my house, I can't really rent to anyone.
And
So
that's what I was thinking. So if I ever did buy like a prefab home, but it was connected to the property, obviously, and the property was part of buying it, that'd be a decent investment for like rental. Just keep it as a rental opportunity. Maintain it long enough to where when I do retire, it's like income.
well, that's why. Are you talking about like buying a single family house with land? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah.
Oh, you can
And
do that, but then you'd have to build everything, and you're at a bunch more capital. That's the cool thing about the duplexes or like a quadplex. Usually, a quadplex can be treated as a general single family residence in terms of a mortgage, as long as you live in
mhm.
one of them. So you live in one of them, rent out the others, and then you can just continue to stack money and save money, and then you can do some guys will just hop duplexes until they end up with like 6 units, and then you'll have 6 units paying you every month, and then they'll meet someone and their wife will not want to live next to everybody and they'll want to move. But it just depends how much you want to grind in reality. Like if you're, how old are you, Eric? I don't even know if I ever asked you that before.
I'm 33.
33, so you're a little bit older, but you can still grind for like 3 or 4 more years maybe, and maybe get one or two under your belt.
Yeah, no, I want to. That's why I came out here because I feel like there's an opportunity for me to grind
Yeah.
out some rental properties, like investment properties.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, duplex is a way to, because here's the thing, like once you use that mortgage, because as an individual, you kind of have one mortgage that's free, if you will, because you don't have to like prove all this garbage. All you have to do is buy your house, and they got fairly low standards. So if you make it an investment property, you can, live in one side of the duplex, rent out the other one, which essentially gives you almost a rent free, almost rent free. You'll probably get almost like you have now, like you said you're paying $500 a month. I mean, you could live
Hmm.
there and just start stacking cash. you won't be building equity, but you can start stacking some cash.
That's what I've been doing. And then I also had a question for you. You might know this. So I just opened up not that long ago a Roth IRA, and then I
Yeah.
also have my regular 401k. And then, I'm not really doing too much with them, but what I heard is that you can borrow against them towards buying a house.
Yeah, don't do that.
You don't suggest that?
No, because number one, you're borrowing from yourself, which is dumb, and you're also missing out on returns. And if something goes wrong and you have to keep that money and you can't pay it back, you have to pay a penalty, which also seems dumb. So
Okay.
I would just rather keep it separate. I mean, there's gonna be in I guess it depends. Like if you got hundreds of thousands of dollars and you're borrowing like 10, 20 grand or something, it probably won't change your life. But it's like debt to yourself. Every time I've looked into it, I'm just like, why would I do this? Like it's just, I mean, it may shortcut you by a little bit in terms of like a down payment or something like that. But I mean, you're actually in a good situation, only paying $500 a month. I would just milk that as much as it's worth, and
Well, like I only have 2 months in this. I might only have 2 months here, and then after
oh,
that, they're
okay,
like, "Oh, you got a job, bro. Like, get the hell out of here."
they'll kick you out.
um, Pretty much in a nice way, yeah.
Yeah, they're giving you a. So
But
they basically gave it to you because they asked you to move or something like that, right?
yeah, it's a transition.
Yeah.
Normally, it would be like 6 months, but I've been working virtually for like the last 4 months.
Oh, from the same place?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. So like, if I didn't work virtually, I would have been here.
Hmm. Well, then ask him to start it over again. You're like, because you're like virtually or not, I still moved. You do understand that that's the thing. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe you. I mean, be
Well, this is the other
proactive.
thing too. Like I said, I might be able to have like the option to move to Arizona. I don't know. The only reason I would want to go to like Phoenix is I'm kind of interested in higher learning, going to like Arizona State or one of those in Phoenix
Well,
would be cool.
yeah, Dallas has some of those. The Phoenix housing market, like in the past year, my house appreciated by like 30 something percent in the past year. It's bonkers right now. It's absolutely crazy. So if you're trying to do investment, I would try to stay there. You just have a lot more opportunity, I think.
I see
Um,
what you're saying.
Unless you can find a niche, but I mean, you can maybe go north to like New River or something. I don't know how far east you'd have to go because Phoenix is like surrounded by Indian reservation. So at some point, like we will get landlocked at some stage by Indian reservation. We're not there yet, but we'll get there. And the only other place you can go is west, and then you're just driving forever to get back into town. It doesn't don't think Dallas has that problem.
All right. Well, hey, I'm gonna be working remotely probably on Monday. I gotta bounce out. Um, Again,
Cool.
uh, dude, keep doing the good work. You're doing a good job. I don't think anybody ever tells you lately. Everybody just says like good morning, goodbye, but you're doing a good job. Keep working your channel.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right, talk to you later.
All right, boss. Good stuff. Wish I was 32 again. Yeah, I would have done the whole duplex thing. That'd have been a good way to go. Because your mortgage probably would be like 1,500, and they'll end up paying like 8 or 9 of that, maybe. Then you're just stacking cash for your next duplex. And then after you get another duplex, then you got 4 things giving you rent. Then that's 3,200 a month. That's almost a paycheck. You're still 27? Oh, I thought you were younger than that. You're getting old, man. I'm doing pretty good, man. Yeah, I just got back from San Diego with the kids. It's good. Yeah, you gotta do some stuff too, Christina. Crypto won't be around forever. Government will kill it someday. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I think some diversification is good though. Get into some property stuff. I think you have some real estate and some stocks. I think you're doing okay. IIPR, they didn't they break out? Almost broke out. Yeah, I don't think you have Pink Wojaks in the YouTube chat. But I get your point. 21 when you joined Slack? Jeez. My channel's old as shit then, huh? You make me feel old. Yeah, get some real estate, do some trading. Yeah, real estate's good. Obviously, it's kind of hard to go from, five figures to 6 and 7 figures and in a few years with real estate. Unless you bought in early 2020. And then it kind of happened automatically for you. AMD 3.4 on the bounce back. What? AMD's looking solid. Yeah, I was listening to some real estate wealth guys lately. This one guy has just a massive amount of what's the dude's name? Oh, you may have seen him. I forget the guy's name, but anyway. So he's like 60% leveraged right now. When you look at his properties, about 40% is 40% is equity and 60% is leveraged out. And it looks like that's kind of what he does. And he buys big apartment buildings. I think that's a great way to go in reality. Is just to have big real estate holdings. Stocks and equities and crypto is great. They're fantastic, but it's still kind of money risk. So once you reach a certain point, you're like, yeah, I need to cut back on, once I got 20 million, you're like, yeah, I probably shouldn't be betting 4 million per trade. Although, if you get to 20 million while trading, you're like, let's just keep going. You're like, I got this down. It's all good. But yeah, one bad day could freaking wipe you out and make a couple of bad decisions. But by that point, hopefully you're past all that. And then, yeah, you can probably buy a couple of smaller apartment build. But that's the funny thing. Like every time I look at real estate, I'm like, okay, what am I going to get out of this? And it's like, oh, you're going to get. That was the last one I was even considering. It wasn't very big. I don't have millions. I think it was. I don't remember what it was. Actually, it was a business. It wasn't even a real estate. 20 million is good. Yeah, right. No, but if you can buy a 40, let's just say a 20 unit apartment building, that's 20,000 a month, but you're gonna pay probably 2 to 4 million to get that. And so your return on investment is something like, they look at the capex rates on those, and they're looking. This one guy said he doesn't do it for less than 8. I'm like, that's cool. If you can get an 8% return, that's pretty good. But some of these are like 4 and 3 and 4 and 5, and I'm like, that's just not even a good use of money. Just put that in a freaking index fund. Don't even deal with the hassles of the real estate side of it. I mean, you will get some appreciation, obviously, and on top of your thing, but it's not that liquid. I was doing a lot of research for my little book I've been putting together, and index funds with big money, I think, is a great way to go. It's also really liquid if you don't want to deal with. But that one guy says he's worth $1 billion. I'll take his word at it. Goes and tries to, like, he recently did a $60 million apartment building deal. I think he said he put like 30 million down, or I think it was a 50-50 deal. Yeah, that's a good level to play at right there, man. That's a great level. All right. Let's get back to the stock market here. We got space up 7% today. Maybe they took someone else up into space. Oh, looks like they're coming back down. When you got that much money. Yeah, yeah, you don't need a risk. That's true. Yeah, I mean, look, if you got, see, here's the thing. Even if you got 2 million bucks in the bank, right? If you got 2 million bucks, if you can do 10% a year, that's 200,000 a year. That's a good chunk of change right there. Yeah, especially if you can get like an 8% capex rate on real estate, you're going to be doing pretty good. There's no downplaying that. I think you're going to be excellent. But 2 million at 10%, 200,000 a year. I mean, that's pretty solid right there. So if you divide that by 12 months, it's like 16 grand a month. Still sounds good, but I wonder what it's going to sound like in 10 years. Inflation rate in 10 years. You know, that's bonkers. That's the other thing is inflation. A million used to be like the benchmark. Now everyone's at 3 to 5. I think you're noticing that around. Everyone's like, oh, probably need 3 million, maybe 5. Yeah, because you got 5 million, you do 500,000 a year on a 10% return. That'd be pretty good. Warren Buffett. I mean, what's the benefits? It takes a whole different level of consciousness, I want to say, to get to that level. You have to start so early and do it for so long, unless you jump into the front page of the internet like a Mark Zuckerberg. They're obviously, there's a few of those, but that's just due to today's technology and the way things are going today. But that's really rare. In order to get up to that level, you have to jump on something super early, be super lucky. Because think of all the people trying to start a Facebook and how many people actually do it. You got probably right now 20,000 people trying to start the next Facebook, and probably none of them are going to make it. It's going to be the 20,000 first person. So your odds of doing that are garbage. But I think you can get to 5 mil. I think you can get to 5 mil. I don't think that's really too bad. And then it's chill life. I mean, it'd be great to do some Elon Musk type of stuff and really make an impact and make a difference. But you have to. It's very difficult to do that. I think it's very, like, you look at a guy like Jack Dorsey with Twitter and Square. Like, the dude's super rich, but you think Twitter really makes a difference in society? I don't know. I don't know if a difference is the way to put it. I mean, it kind of changed the way we communicate a little bit, but there's lots of avenues now. You can do Facebook Messenger. Like, there's all kinds of shit. But Twitter's mainly garbage, anyways. But a guy like Elon, like Microsoft kind of gave everybody the ability to use computers. Amazon gave everybody the ability to shop online, which I guess is good and bad. I mean, it's causing a shift. You could argue for and against that shift. And then Tesla, is kind of, Tesla's the opposite of that. Tesla's obviously making big impact. SpaceX will too. Guess we got 100,000 people on Starlink now, which is pretty dope. Oh, speaking of which, what's BPDRX doing? So yeah, the amount of, there you go, nice. So I mean, the amount of actual impact you're able to have, I think, is reduced until you hit 100 million level, maybe 50 million. And then it's like, what kind of impact you're going to have. I will say there's a lot of people that don't make any money. If you're worried about impact, go to the local level. That's where you're going to have the most impact. Like, to do stuff on a macro scale is insanely difficult. in order to do that, I think you have to run for government in some fashion, state government, federal government, if you want to have any kind of an impact. But if you want to do it through capitalism, you've got to have scale, and that's what Elon's doing. Yeah, well, no one's as smart as Elon. He's got Asperger's syndrome and is very highly functioning. The dude's a beast. Dude's an absolute beast. I was actually thinking about it this morning. He was saying he plans his days in 5-minute chunks. I'm like, 5-minute chunks? Jesus. Which is very interesting because he can get a lot of stuff done. But then when he's off, he does a lot of the media and interviews and stuff like that. So, you know, he can just be kind of feel free to do that. Gamble on horizontal lines. Yeah, right? I know what you're saying. Although I'm trying to reach a bit of a broader audience and go into a little bit more money management and portfolio management stuff. Teach people how the markets work. But that's not changing the world either. That's helping a little bit. That's too much for you? I think, I don't know, I think hard to deal with people. Well, I'm going to write a book. I like dealing with people actually. I don't have any issue with that. But I'm writing a book, and I don't know if and when it'll ever even come out, but it's about the overall. It's kind of about like what I've learned a lot in the past however many years I've been watching the markets and consuming information. Um, just because people are more interested in investing. I recently had a couple friends say they wanted me to help them out. People I haven't talked to in a couple of years. Um, Here, Cheyenne, you can check it out. There's the book right there. It talks about it's a book about trading, but I'm taking trading and making it more from an investment style. So yeah, but it's not trading though. It's kind of about just understanding the markets, and it's a little bit about how to trade, but it takes a top down approach. It's different with Bitcoin because Bitcoin is the top, the bottom, and the middle for most stuff. I mean, there's a Solana ecosystem and the ETH ecosystem, but that's about it. Um, for the most part, there's a couple other ones in there, but yeah, it kind of explains because a lot of people are confused, I think, about how the market works. So I think this book, at least for me, will help explain exactly the how, what I view and have seen it are the mechanics behind the market. And I think it's pretty valid. So yeah, that's kind of get you into index investing. If you want to go with individual stocks, it'll go deeper in depth with that stuff. But I mean, it talks about what the market is, how the market works, the ecosystem of investing. Like it touches on everything. It doesn't go very deep into a lot. It talks about leadership and market cycles, and just tries to put it in really plain English language. It'll have some charts in there. It may have more charts, but hopefully it'll be digestible and not super bland. But I'm thinking it's going to be cool. But if you can open up the legend on the left, I've got headers, H1s and H2s that'll kind of give you a little bit of. But yeah, it's still a work in progress. I'm still working on it, obviously. Yeah, the headline's cool, cool. Yeah, that's a great way to get. I like it. You like it too? Excellent. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping I can finish it, and then I'll put it out there, and then I'll probably do some. With this book as a backdrop, I'll do some cohort courses and stuff like that. Yeah, the headers make it easy to manage through when you're gonna write a book. So I'm at like page 52 right now. I got quite a bit written there. If I just scrolling through, it'd be a nightmare, but with the headers, it's nice. Yeah, so it talks about market cycles, talks about what the actual market is and kind of how it works a little bit at a high level, and then goes in. Then it starts to talk about how to start to consider being profitable, and what to do during certain situations and stuff. At least it'll get there. Pretty good though. I like it. I didn't work on it during vacation. Freaking, it's tiring with the kids, but it was good. We had a great time. How's Mastercard doing? Choppy nothing. You summon a summoner. Apple's back to negative. I bailed on my Microsoft trade. Finally had to bail on it. Should have bailed on it yesterday. Had a up day yesterday, but it didn't break the 20 line, but it changed the trajectory completely, and it just killed the trade that I had on the books. So it's supposed to go up like this, and it would really need a good sequence of days to get up there now, instead of just trudging along like this. It's a little bit too involved to get up towards the 310 level in a few weeks, I think. So all good. Another one bites the dust. And Amazon 0.81. Geesh, can't get out of its own way. All right, Tesla's rolled over here a little bit, unfortunately. Come on, Tesla. Here we go. Tesla's rolled over a little bit, kind of out of the flag. Nope, it's almost going to hit support. The volume's really small, though. Hopefully it'll go. Yeah, it was options. Yeah, it had an expiration date, and it wasn't working out. I took a pretty small trade. I lost about half of it. But like I said, it was a smaller trade, so it wasn't a bad hit. But if it worked, it would have been like an 800% return, which would have been phenomenal. But obviously that never happened. Net down 4% today. Ooh, earnings. Okay. Earnings has kind of stalled a few names out. They actually beat earnings. Those are negative. Oh, no, they met earnings. Negative 117 to negative 12. So they missed by a tiny bit. All right, NASDAQ. Range got a little bit broader. NASDAQ's doing fine. I got no issue with the NASDAQ. AMD pumping. Monster Energy, not too bad. So not the rip-roaring market that we're used to, but it's still working okay overall. MP came back down. Yeah, it hurt me. I got hurt on that. I shouldn't have held through earnings. I don't know where I got this confidence from that earnings weren't earnings, but it was dumb. That was dumb. I held through Microsoft and I held through Apple, and I was okay with those for the most part. And then Amazon came in and just said, nope, fuck you. Like, ah, shit. Little mini bomb on my account. I try to build a chunk back in a choppy market. This UGAS thing's been going crazy. I never did buy that, but that's a good one right there. Look at that. That was nice. I was looking at it coming out of this cup and handle right here. I was like, oh, that looks really good. And then, boom, it blasts off. And I could have had a double just on the stock because you can't buy options on that. AMD's come down. It was up 3. Now it's up 2. Remax. Dude, it was good. Could have. That was a great move. One trade. That's right. Make it all back in one trade. That is a joke, ladies and gentlemen. Trade desk still doing good. You know, Cheyenne, I think that's really a great way to do it. It's just make jokes about the things you shouldn't do. Because you know how you're always telling people, yeah, you're not going to make it back in one trade. You think you can. Most people are like, no, I think I can make it back in one trade. And then they try it and they get their ass handed to them. And that's where like, oh yeah, just go ahead and make it back in one trade. But I think if you approach it from a humorous, point of view, I think that'll be a little bit more reaching. That's pretty good. Oh, can I pull it in a little more? Oh, I can pull it in a lot more. Get more chart space. There we go. Nice. Oh, there's Microsoft. What are you doing, Microsoft? Not too bad. Breaking that trend line too now. So momentum's definitely shifted on Microsoft. Look at this move, man. Move on Microsoft. You know what's funny when you look at Bill Gates' account? Well, not that you get to look at his account, but like on the Forbes list, it shows what he's invested in. He only has 10% of his wealth now in Microsoft. I think 70% of it's in Berkshire Hathaway. And then you look at the chart of Microsoft, which looks like this. Look at the chart of Berkshire Hathaway, which looks like that. And the dude would probably have double the money, because Microsoft is number 2 in the world. He would have double the money if he just kept it all with Microsoft. It's like, Bill, you're a shitty investor. Yeah, ends up making bigger and bigger losses. Exactly. That's I got to put that in the book, actually. The Art of Trading. I'll make it a header. Make it all back in one trade. I'm going to do that. It's going to be in the book. Most of his stock this year? I don't know. I don't know why he did, though. I mean, Microsoft's growth rate is way better than Berkshire Hathaway's. Buffett, I disagree with you 100%. Buffett is not overrated, but at his size, the law of large numbers, it is so hard to buy a $60 billion company that he's comfortable with. He just can't do it anymore. He just can't. It's just scale. He's made as much money as he can possibly make with his value buying strategy, using all of his capital. He can't effectively make use of his capital is what it boils down to. Back when he had like 10 billion, 15 billion, he would make 2 or 3 acquisitions, and but he can't now. He's got too much damn cash. He's just got too much cash. He bought some railroads and stuff past couple of years, He'll buy some bonds and this and that, but their cash stack is huge. It's just too big. I should probably just Google it. But Berkshire's always up there in terms of cash. This is I think it's the same one I looked at. Counter trade Warren Buffett? No, I don't even think it's that much of an edge. It's just he just has too much freaking money. Well, no, he admits he does. The dude's like almost 90 years old now. He admits he doesn't like technology, and in reality, that's his only downfall. He could, if he could find value in tech companies, but that's not what he does, and you got to give him a pass on that. The dude's lived a full life, and I'm not putting him out to pasture quite yet, but I mean, you could, and it's there you go, 128 billion. Like, how do you allocate with his style 128 billion dollars? It's bonkers. Look at that. So you say he's a bad investor. He's got the second most cash on hand of any company on the planet. So it's bonkers. Yeah, it's right there. I mean, the dude he's the man. Don't get it. But just able to, and see, the other way he's smart is that that's an insurance company. Oh, this time is different. Oh, generally, yeah, I'm not mad at that. But no, I mean, you just can't. How are you gonna value by 128 billion dollars? There's only a couple hundred companies on the planet that are 128 billion, and they're more heavily analyzed. So he's either got to buy 100 really small companies, which he can't do that much work. Nobody can. Or he's got to buy big, and he usually buys big. Point of return for the market, yeah. The problem is which person, though. What platform for that? Microsoft is 136 billion. What do you do with this much money? It's ridiculous. Like seriously, is it like I'm being very serious now. What the hell do you need with more than like 30 billion dollars? I don't know, just take everyone on this list. Like this is just too much damn money. Money is basically allocating resources, right? You could buy some Tesla. Oh, yeah, you could buy some Tesla with 130 billion. Judy should have bought some SpaceX, but that's not what he does. Um, no, in all seriousness, what do you do with 136 billion? Berkshire, I mean, what do? You can only make so much money before it just doesn't matter anymore. Like it legitimately, like Apple's they should have more than $100 billion. They do a lot of stock buybacks, but is that the most effective? Like what? What's the total on this list? I think they say it up above. Oh, they don't say. That was a different post. So one, two, three, four, five. That's $600 billion. That's the top five companies. What are you gonna top six companies? What are you gonna do with $600 billion? That's a good space program. It's it's just a big measuring stick for your dick. Yeah, yeah. Individually, I completely agree with you. But these are I'm just talking from a company perspective because is an individual. Look, I mean, look, as a person, if you got $1 billion, I mean, whatever. I don't really care. Even these Bezos with 200 billion and stuff like that. But a company with 136 billion dollars, they should find a way to make the government should find a way to take these companies' massive profits and do something with it. Like, what are you doing with all this money? That's a lot of stuff you could do that isn't Microsoft related for $136 billion. So let's say you keep 36 billion cash on hand, and you give them something to do with the other 100 billion, tax free or whatever. But it's gotta spur something. I don't know. It's got to do something like go towards making desalinization good. I mean, it's got to do some good. Other than that, what the fuck is the point? You can do more Google searches and buy a couple more Apple Watches and go do something on Facebook and buy something on Amazon and buy a Ford car and use a database and I don't know what the hell you're gonna do. Give him to BitMEX. Why? So Arthur Hayes is richer. Oh my God, what would that do to BitMEX, man? That would shoot the price of Bitcoin. Wouldn't that be crazy though? Like, imagine what the arbitrage bots would do if you just bought $1 billion worth of Bitcoin on a market order. You'd liquidate shorts that had stops at like 100K. They'd be like, "What the hell just happened to me?" Microsoft's like, "All the Bitcoin's mine now, motherfuckers." It's all mine. That's funny. Arthur Hayes will get the phone call. They did it. What do you mean they did it? They did it. They bought all the Bitcoin. No, in all seriousness, like at 136 billion, I mean, and this is a company. This is already money that's been gone through the ringers through Microsoft, come into Microsoft, paid all their stuff, and it's just sitting on a table. 136 billion, 128 billion, 121 billion, 100 billion. You got to keep 20 billion on hand, 30 billion on hand. Past that, I mean, that's a lot of good work. I don't know what you would do with that, but that is that's a lot of jobs that could be created. That's a lot of infrastructure that could be built. It's something. It's got to go to the greater good in some fashion. In some fashion. Other than that, I don't know what else to say. All right, I'm gonna bounce out of here. I'm gonna take a break for my crypto show, and Actually, got to make sure I got all my templates and stuff ready too. Yeah. What you can do with $600 billion? That's a lot. All right, everyone. I'm out of here. Thanks for joining me today. Appreciate it. Stay Friday. I think today is Friday. Ah, it is Friday. See, I did one stream, then I don't get to do streams early in the morning for 2 more days. I'm a smart person. All right, everyone. I'll see you guys Monday or later.